Good evening. Good evening. Can we get a motion to start the meeting? Call to order?
Yes. Or I.
Motion made by Jay. Get a second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gwen. Okay, so yeah, we're going to try to keep this short and sweet as we prepare for Saturday's public meeting, in person at New North Side at 12 p.m. What we need to really goals for this meeting are to just finalize the agenda, and who's going to be commission attendance for Saturday's meeting and roles. As sort of the big three that we need to accomplish ahead of Saturday's meeting. But present, before we get started in there, we have 6 commissioners present: Jada Brooks, Gwen Moore, Kimberly Franks, William Foster, Reverend Anthony, and myself. And Dr. Ross isn't able to be with us, and Delisha may not be able to join. And David is out of the country, so that's the full commission, and status is therein. So this week, Saturday's meeting is our first sort of public presentation, which Ms. Gwen is going to lead, and we checked in, and it's still going to be about 20 minutes, right, Ms. Gwen?
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to try not to go over, so Reverend Anthony, maybe he can hold up those cards if I'm going too long.
Yeah, I think no more than 30 is good. Is a good presentation, solid presentation. I think if the presentation is about 20 minutes and are you open to taking questions?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so then let's do 20 minutes for the presentation and about 10 minutes per question. That gives us about 30, that's about 30 minutes inside of the agenda that we know. Or we should probably maybe leave 15 minutes for questions. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So we'll start the meeting at 12. And then just as a reminder, who is able to be there?
I'll be there. Of course, I have.
Of course.
I'll be
You're
there.
not great. Thank you, William.
I will also be there.
Great. Reverend Anthony, that's that you're going to be there. That's a thumbs up that you'll be there. Okay.
Yep, I'll be absent.
Okay. And I know Dr. Ross will be in attendance, and I'll check it. And I know David, Professor Cunningham is out, and I will check in with Delisha on attendance. Okay, so we have sort of our opening. I think it's sort of a standard process of all meetings. I think it's good to go over the commission mandate, the executive order, and our schedule. And how did that go last meeting?
Everyone went fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Dr. Will just read over that stuff.
Okay.
I think it went well, sis.
Okay. So we'll stick to that part.
You still
Anyone
there?
want to? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just taking myself off of my Wi-Fi. Hopefully that helps. I don't know what's happening. It's 6 o'clock. Everybody's getting home. Everybody's turning on Netflix. Wi-Fi is going down. But is there anyone who would like to do that portion? Happy to do it. If not,
I don't mind.
okay.
I'm
Okay,
always
so we'll keep those slides together. I can certainly open us up. And I think what we did last time was just have the commissioners introduce yourselves again. Did you all have opening remarks at the last meeting?
Yeah, we all just introduced ourselves, and
Okay.
yeah, I think introductions again.
Okay. And then there were closing remarks that everybody gave.
Well, Dr. Ross he forgot, he thought that he was just supposed to do the closing remarks. So he did the closing remarks.
Got it.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, okay, Wi-Fi is up. Okay, so doors open. Just according to the last schedule, we have, so if the commissioners can plan to be there at 11:30 at the latest, that would be really great. We know STLTV is on site, so we've communicated with the venue and gotten the contract and all those things taken care of. And so we will, if folks can get there at 11:30, we'll open the doors up at like 11:45. And just some background on promotion. So I sent you all the graphic. Please just continue to promote that. Did everyone get access to that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, please promote that. Action St. Louis actually did some canvassing in the neighborhood very close to New Northside. So the North Point neighborhood, sort of in the bounds of Goodfellow, West Florissant, Riverview, and McLaurin, like in that square, and some of wow, I can't think of the name of the neighborhood right next to it. I'm drawing a blank, but Walnut Park, sorry, and some of Walnut Park. So we're hoping that just sort of helps get the word out as we move the meeting to a new location. And I think we should debrief after just to see how that Saturday is feeling. It is a big Saturday inside of the city. There are lots of things going on, but hopefully we still get good traction with the event. So we'll open the doors at 11. Well, commissioners will arrive at 11:30. We'll open the doors at 11:45. We'll start at 20. At 12 o'clock. And so we'll do the welcome and overview of the agenda. And then an intro and open remarks from the commission. What we had last time was just like a recap of the first two meetings. So, just each person sort of going down the row and saying a few comments about, what we're holding, what we're considering, what we're thinking through, how those first two meetings have gone, and our hope for this meeting, reviewing the executive order and the mandate. So Jade is going to do that. And then I think at that point we'll be about 30 minutes in. And I think at that point it would be good to move to the presentation. So Ms. Gwen, I can introduce you for that presentation. Does that sound good up until that point, y'all?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds
I'm
good.
making this as a doc that I'll send after the meeting to everyone. Changing the times. Just give me 1 second. Okay. And then we'll leave about 30 minutes for the presentation that includes questions. And then is there a title to the presentation, Ms. Queen?
Well, I'm going to be looking historically at the laws, the policies, and the practices that account for the wealth gap, focusing on St. Louis, specifically the kind of policies and laws and practices that were visited on African Americans in St. Louis.
Got it. And we're saying a 20-minute presentation, and then we'll take so I think if we could actually do it two questions in two parts. One, could we have a section where we take questions from the commission members directly to you? Would you be okay with that, Ms. Quinn?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll leave about 10 minutes for questions from commission, just to anything folks are thinking of, and then questions from the public about the presentation. And then I was thinking if we're done with questions, that we could land in open comments, just like remarks from the public on any other subjects that they're hoping that we touch on, or anecdotal stories they want us to know, just continuing that sort of like community listening session.
Okay.
Does that sound good to folks?
Sounds perfect to me.
On board.
Okay. And then following public comments, I think it makes sense to do just a review of the summer schedule. So we have our next meetings already locked in. So the July, we have July and August already scheduled. Reverend Anthony, can I cue you up for that? Or William, can I cue you up for that?
Review of the summer schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah, we pretty much just listing out the dates that we've set out.
uh-huh,
I can do that.
great. Okay, and then we'll do final remarks from the commission, and then we'll close. Does that sound good, or any changes folks want to propose?
I think you got it, as far as I'm concerned.
Sounds good to, I don't have any changes.
Did you want me to do the public question period again?
You know it.
All right, got
You know, we always go depend on the clock when we can.
you.
Okay,
So-
guys, I apologize if I missed this, but so we've already set up the dates for July and August.
yes, we talked about them in our last and sort of like planning meeting. Yes, we have planning meetings and public meetings. It's sort of how they're all public because people can watch, but
Right, the public meetings.
yeah.
Okay, what are those dates?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Delashay sent them out in a poll, a survey yesterday.
But we had
maybe.
scheduled,
Yeah.
the July, I need to find the notes. Give me one
July
second.
26th.
July 26th. And do we have
Okay.
August too, William?
August 26th. From 1 to 3. Oh, July 26th, 6 to, is it 6 to 8?
Yeah.
Then August 26th, 1 to 3.
Yeah, because we're moving every other one to a weeknight and then back to a weekend.
Got it.
Yeah, that's right. August 26th, 1 to 3. We're still scouting venues for that one. And so I think we could still say TBA at this next meeting, and then July 26th from 6 to 8. And we're gonna do that one also at New North Side.
Got it.
Okay, thank you.
Problem. Any other questions about the agenda?
No, I did want to know if we could probably get a print of the presentation that's going to be on the board, because like last meeting I kind of had wrote it down. I know it gets sent out, but like for the people who speaking, like for example, telling us like what the next summer schedule is going to be, kind of have whoever's like presenting that, if we can have that in our hand to read off of, because you sent it in an email. But I didn't know the address. I wrote it down, but I looked over it. But like it would be beneficial if we had like
Yeah,
a
I can
paper.
put them inside of the agenda and bring copies of the agenda.
If possible.
Are you saying copies of the presentation too?
Of the presentation that we're reading off of, like the
Okay.
summer schedule, the executive order and mandate that I can read off of.
Okay, yeah, I can bring copies of that. That's not a problem.
That would be great. I don't have to try to read it off the board. It'd be like behind us.
Yeah, and the board is a lot smaller at New North Side, but it does sit to the side. And then Ms. Gwen, what do you need for your presentation? Do you have slides?
I don't have slides, no.
Okay, it's just like a talk.
Mhm.
Okay. And is there anything we need to give to the attendees?
Not really. I don't have any handouts.
Okay. Great. Okay. Okay, so just as a review, we have, well, I haven't finished the time slide, so hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second to do this. Okay, so we have from 11:30 commissioners arrive, 11:45 doors open, from 11:45 to 12, we'll sort of do the just community greeting piece, from 12:05 to 12:10, a welcome and the overview of the agenda. I'll do that. And then introduction and open remarks from the commission. So each person will have a minute to speak. Just, reflecting on this process so far and what we're hoping folks get out of this conversation today. We'll do a presentation by Ms. Quinn on the wealth gap in St. Louis. That's about 20 minutes. Then the commissioners will have a period of time to ask questions directly to Ms. Quinn, and then we'll open up for questions first from the public and then public comments. And Reverend Anthony will take us through that. And then I'll leave the question, I'll ask the questions from the commission. Or moderate that portion, and then Reverend Anthony will moderate the public question, the public comment, and then William will do the review of the summer schedule. I forgot something. Welcome and overview of the agenda. Jada, the review of the mandate and the executive order. Okay. So the presentation looks like it's going to be starting will be at like a 12:15 start time. Well, no, that's not right. About a 12:30 start time.
Okay.
What about, we've had some questions and comments, some public feedback. What about some time just to address, to the extent possible, some of those comments? Like I remember there was an email and there was a long email, but someone was asking about our process. That's what stood out to me about the email. Just think we might want to consider that, having like a response time.
Yeah, I think what we've sort of settled on is, that we're still, we haven't like decided on universal responses yet as a commission. So we're still sort of in like a listening space. And I think if we feel clear that we've gathered enough information to work through some of the answers that we want to present, then perhaps post public meeting number 3, we make time in our planning meeting to develop those answers and roll them out in the public meeting 4. But I don't feel comfortable asking people to sort of answer from their individual perspective if we haven't, as a commission, came up with sort of a formal answer to those questions.
Okay, what about just an acknowledgement, sort of like saying what you just said, which is.
Yeah, okay, I can do that in the welcome.
Yeah.
I can do that in the welcome, and I think we can, in our final comments, because each commissioner gets a final remark at the end of the meeting. And so in our final remarks, if we could just all, lean into like restating some of the questions that we've heard. And then our commitment is in the public meeting number 4 to start, because we said, we're going to start in the fall, we're going to be in the process of starting to lay out the sections of the report and things like that. So I think we can commit to having some of those answers available for public meeting 4.
Okay. Something that came up to me individually, and it probably goes to kind of clarifying to the public what our protocol is. Like I had somebody reach out to me and they wanted me to come to a meeting of concerned citizens regarding the commission. And I clarified to them that we're one voice. And I said, well, if you have any questions or concerns, first, you should come to the public meeting. But also, here's the point of contact if you need to reach out to someone in the commission. So I think that might be a recurring thing. What's the protocol if you want to contact the commission, and how do we respond to requests for just engagement? But I hope that what I said was accurate, which is
that's correct. So we've gotten a few requests for like community meetings outside of the public meetings. I think, you know, I would be happy to put that on our like debrief agenda.
Mhm.
And we're trying to just like, if you can make sure to put that on Delisha's radar so
Okay.
that we are just tracking the request. And I think post June public meeting, just because we're a bit tight for, you know, like time and space ahead of this one, that we can make a plan to send out folks to it. Cause I've also gotten a couple like, hey, we'd love to get someone from the commission there. And we've just either said like 2 of us or, you know, a sort of pre-planning conversation. So I think it's worth, you know, gathering as much information as you can about like what they're hoping that you speak about. Most of the time, they just want us to go through the process of like what they didn't get in the public meeting or what they didn't see in the public meeting, just reviewing what we're going to be studying. And I think, you know, I think we're going to have a longer meeting as we get ready to start to break apart this report process.
Yep.
Yeah.
I felt like these people were just like, to me, I was just like, y'all folks just want to have a special private meeting, but I don't think you've been to a public meeting.
Yeah.
So like, no, I don't think we're gonna do that. So just come to the public meeting and there will be work groups, but, and I think that they wanted to question the need for.
Yeah, you know, this is a volunteer commission, so I would encourage folks to not, you know, one of our community agreements was like, we're going with the spirit of the willing, right, in this conversation. And so the commission is the commission. We're not going to, I don't want folks to feel the need or any pressure to debate folks on like the what, when, or why. We have a very clear mandate set out by the executive order, and that's the parameter we're living inside of. And we have a very robust engagement strategy that, you know, a completely volunteer group of people is trying to navigate, with one public meeting a month. And then, you know, we essentially meet twice a month minimum, to prep for the public meetings. And so I want to be cognizant of how much time, you know, knowing that myself, Dr. Ross, Delisha, as like voted leadership, probably have to spend a little more time because we're in between those meetings also planning.
Right.
I think that's a really good thing to bring up, Kim. And I think we should talk about it in the like post meeting for June. As like that plus the working group conversation and just the speakers, all of that sort of logistical work we need to spend some time doing. Hi, Vernon.
I have all my kids right now, so I'm kind of not sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt the meeting.
No, you're okay. You're okay. And I think it's just like a next step. I can formulate the agenda for our debrief / next planning meeting for us to spend some like dedicated time talking through kind of community requests, because we also are still navigating some media requests. Ms. Gwen and I are doing sort of a dance with the St. Louis Public Radio about a request that they've been asking for some time. And so I just think it's good to create like some real standard operating procedures around those. So I think it's a great question that we should pick up in our next planning meeting. Any other thoughts on that subject?
I was just gonna say I would like to be involved in like the debrief next like planning meeting. I know that Delisha has sent out, you know, some information about like future meetings and things like that. And so like if we can try to get that next like debrief schedule and out, so that way I can make sure I can make arrangements to attend, because I would like to like be informed while I'm going for this month. Just be in the loop about things. So yeah.
Yeah.
Other
So
than that,
has everyone filled out the doodle that Delisha sent?
Yes.
Yeah, she sent out,
Yes.
she sent out a survey monkey.
A survey monkey, right? Yes, a survey monkey.
Yeah.
I completed that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell everybody like point blank, like Saturdays are tough.
Yeah.
For me, period. So August gives me good notice, but like I'm a solopreneur. So, and I have a shop that's open on Saturdays. So, I can with the stretch, I can make accommodations for, like, I know August is coming up, but like, I would really, really like to request that we don't have planning meetings on Saturdays.
Well, none of the planning meetings are probably going to end up on the Saturday. Oh, well, I haven't
That's
taken the
on the
Saturday.
doodle.
Got it. That I see. I haven't taken so accountability on this part. It's me. I'm the holdup. But I will do that. I will complete that today and note that, yeah, like Saturday planning meetings are hard for everyone to attend to. Yeah. Okay. So we have an agenda. And we have roles, and folks know to be there at 11:30. Vernon, do you have any updates that we should know about ahead of Saturday?
No, everything is good to go. STL TV and Janice who's been our contact with Northside, and thanks Reverend Anthony for your help with that, and thanks to Reverend Burton, who I've been in contact with over the last couple of weeks trying to get this stuff together. So yeah, I think we're good. If I hear anything, supposed to meet today to make sure all the audio and everything is situated and ready to go, but I don't think there's anything else. I have a call tomorrow, and once I have that call, I'll provide a follow-up to everybody about logistics, if there's anything that you need to be aware of. But right now, I think just be there, and we should be good.
Okay. Do you need any of us to arrive before 11:30, or is that a good arrival time for everyone?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be coming from a training, so I will try to get there by 11:30.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I know I'm on duty to bring the payment, and yeah, we have an agenda. So I'll update the slides. I'll send the slides and this agenda once I just like fine tune it with the time slots out via email. And then I know we're all doing the Survey Monkeys to establish our sort of standing planning time. And on that agenda, we have some things to discuss: community requests, media requests, speakers for the public meeting, the rest of the public meeting schedule, and the sort of report planning that we need to begin to do per our own timeline. Anything else we need to think about for Saturday or post Saturday?
I have one thing post Saturday. Varian Baldwin is a professor at Trinity College. He's done a lot of work on what institutions of higher learning have done to begin to destabilize cities in some respects, especially the most vulnerable parts of our populations. I will send a video tonight of some of his work. He's coming here, I believe, in September, and I'll provide another email. I just wanted, while he was in town, he's willing to speak at our meeting in September, and I thought that would be a good opportunity. However, that's something that I just want to bring to the commission. Ultimately, that's your decision to make. But I'll provide that information tonight for you to see the work he's done and listen to him. I think he'll be really good to as one of our speakers. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay. I don't think we have a September meeting date. So could you send the dates that he'll be in town?
Yes, I'll provide all that stuff tonight. You'll get everything there. And it's all the hyperlinks hopefully should work. If they don't, let me know. But I'm trying to make it streamlined so it's not really difficult for folks to get through.
Okay. Okay.
You, Kayla,
Uh-huh.
you said you were scouting a location for August still.
Yes.
Has there been any discussion about the part of town where that should be located?
We were talking about South City,
Okay.
since we've done Central and North.
Okay. that was gonna be my recommendation, Dutchtown. But, okay, sounds like everybody's already on that page.
Yeah. We still haven't had the location, so if you have any tenant, we were thinking about Rock Church, the Sheet Metal Union building off of Shoto. Thomas Dunn, we just were concerned it might be a little small.
Yeah. I would try to get as close proximate to Dutchtown as possible. Maybe Rung for
Oh,
women.
Rung. That's Fox Park, but that's not,
It's
I don't know
close.
if they have a big
Yeah.
assembly space.
Hmm.
Do they
Yeah.
have a big meeting space?
I'm not sure they got all that construction going on.
Yeah. I can check. I'm not far. I can check. I can stop by.
I would
and see.
also suggest St. Mary's as a possibility. I mean, that's right in the heart of Dutchtown. And I have a meeting with Mike England next week. That could also be, I'll talk to him and I'll report back.
Okay, and what about the Marquette Rec Center?
That also could be in play. I can take both of those
And
and follow up.
maybe, I don't know, St. Cecilia possibly.
Okay. Yeah, so I've added those to the notes from the 17th, when we did some location ideations. So yeah, so Vernon, if you could let us know about St. Mary's or Marquette, I'll check on Rung, and Rock Church. Kimberly, could you check on St. Cecilia?
Yeah, I can ask.
Okay. Okay, and then we had as like potentials, any update on Professor Ward or Professor Johnson for July, Vernon?
No, not that I've seen. I would need to go back to because I asked and I think the conversation kind of fell off. I'll follow up. I think he
Okay.
was free, but I sent the dates that we would say, I guess at the time tentatively had scheduled and to see where it would fit in this calendar, but I'll just follow up and I'll include you, vice chair and a co-chair and Delice in that email.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have some tentative locations for the next meeting. If anyone pulls it off before Saturday, amazing, but no expectation. We have one more meeting before August and we have a location for July. And then we have shape for our agenda post-public meeting, which will be determined by the Survey Monkey that Delice sent out. And we have an agenda for this Saturday. Is there anything else we need to discuss? Okay. Can we get a motion to end the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second,
All right, second, third, okay. All right, y'all, see you on Saturday. If we're not gonna see you on Saturday, we'll see you. We're still gonna be amazing. We'll debrief you, Kimberly. Thanks you all for making time to meet this evening. Hope you have a great rest of your evening.